Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan battle video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at just how good the AGL LR Super Saiyan Gohan Youth unit is in DBZ Dokkan battle. So this is the True Awakened or Awakened True Power Super Saiyan Gohan Youth, and obviously he was the worldwide celebration unit for the, I think it was the 4th year or the 300 million download worldwide celebration. And I remember when this guy came out, he was super hype, really good, but people really didn't like how his active was locked. His active hasn't changed, it still has the same requirements as before, but Gohan as a unit is pretty crazy. Not to mention we've got a lot of events that now Gohan excels in because he's fighting androids, and all of a sudden things look pretty good for Gohan. So let's talk about him with his EZA. He has two forms. He has the Super Saiyan and the Super Saiyan 2. In the Super Saiyan form, or in both forms, he is a Kamehameha category lead of Ki plus 3 HP attack and defense of 180%. He also leads AGL or Super AGL type units for 130%. He raises defense on his super attack and raises his defense on his ultra super attack, whilst causing mega colossal damage to the enemy and greatly lowering attack. He has attack and defense of 150% with Ki plus 2 plus an additional attack and defense of 20% at each turn. Ki up to 8 and attack and defense up to 80% respectively. He guards all attacks and has a high chance of launching an additional super attack if HP is 58% or more at the start of turn. And he also has a high chance of performing a critical hit when there is an android category enemy. So pretty good stuff from Gohan. He has the Awakening, which can be activated when HP is 58% or less with Android 16 on the team, or when HP is 58% or less with an existing Androids category ally or enemy starting from the start of battle, which is obviously pretty interesting. He has Super Saiyan, Saiyan Warrior Race, Kamehameha, Prepared for Battle, Golden Warrior, Fierce Battle, and Legendary Power as his links, and these do not change. Should you happen to manage to awaken him, he becomes probably the strongest unit in the game. Not to say that he isn't super strong in his base form, but he becomes pretty nutty. He gets greatly raising attack and defense for 1 turn on his 12 key. He greatly raises defense and attack for 1 turn on his 18 key, while greatly lowering attack and defense of the enemy. For the first 4 turns, he will change Tech Key Spheres to AGL Key Spheres. He also has attack and defense of 158%, plus an additional attack and defense of 20% and 10% respectively per key sphere obtained. He will have an additional key plus 1 per key sphere obtained, and randomly changes key spheres of a certain type to rainbow key spheres when facing only one enemy. He will launch an additional super attack when facing multiple enemies, and he has a high chance of launching an additional super attack along with a high chance of performing a critical hit if HP is 58% or less at the start of turn. When your team has a Super Saiyan Goku attacking in the same turn, you will also do an additional attack of 59% when performing an Ultra Super attack, and if HP is 59% or more when performing an Ultra Super attack, you will launch an additional Super attack. So, to cut a long story short, he's got everything. Guaranteed crits at certain health thresholds, multiple instances of additional super attacks that are very easy to activate. Having a good Super Saiyan Goku alongside this Gohan is not even remotely difficult. And not to mention all of this, on top of the fact that Gohan is on a absolute smorgasbord of categories. Hybrid Saiyans, Full Power, T Boost, Goku's Family, Youth, Super Saiyans, the list goes on and on and on. So here we are taking a look at Gohan. My Gohan is 90%. So my Gohan is missing only 1 dupe, I believe, or he's 2 dupe. Cannot remember. Nor did I bother to check, so we're gonna say he's either 2 or 3 dupes. Either way, he does have dupes in him, definitely has both slots activated, and yeah, for Gohan, 218k defense, guard activated, 5.9 million, a very strong start. We do have 50% defense, which obviously comes from our AGL kid Gohan, but a very strong start for Gohan as a unit. The Kamehameha lead as well, I'd like to take time to mention, is an incredibly powerful leader skill. So to have 180% Kamehameha lead is very good. You have multiple really strong LRs that exist under this lead. You have the Tech Super Saiyan Goku, you have the Super Saiyan Gods, you have Tech Super Saiyan Goku and Super Saiyan Gohan Duo unit, you have Int Goku, you have Strength Goku, you have UI Goku, MUI Goku, you have the SS4 LRs, you have the Beast Gohan LR, you have pretty much every single really solid LR, barring like your Piccolos. So your Battle of Wits Piccolos and your extreme units, obviously. Although you can even include Int Perfect Cell on this team, which is pretty nutty. Gohan looks really solid though. 215k defense, very impressive. Obviously we have a little bit less defensive support on the rotation, but Gohan's defense does grow every turn by that 20% that he gains. He also gets more ki, which is very helpful. So because of his LR stats, very similarly to the Tech Goku, he tends to gain defense at a relatively rapid pace. In terms of build, it's very difficult to say because of the fact that the second form encompasses so many different facets. Like his Super Saiyan 2 form can additional super, it can crit, it can do a lot of things. But just based on the base form and on the premise that you may not get the second form, it is probably good to go majority additional with at least a very solid base of crit. When you get the second form, things will just get out of hand naturally, so it's very difficult to kind of dissect really the absolute best build. But I would probably say additionals is very good along the lines of his defense. It will allow you to transform a bit earlier because of the fact that you can get quite a few greatly raising attack and defense stacks on his supers, which does help him out quite a bit. So Gohan looks really good. I don't think it's a surprise to anyone that Gohan looks good. I think we all saw him on the JP side, and he obviously looked very impressive for the majority in almost every situation. One thing that is great with Gohan that I personally appreciate, 250k defense, fairly solid. No support on this rotation because Chi-Chi is not a Goku's family support, so just kind of wanted to point that out. There's no real support on this rotation or anything like that. 250k is pretty solid. We didn't get a lot of additionals either, so overall I think Gohan's defense is looking really decent. With guard, that's a fairly solid like capability, so I think overall it is fairly decent. And okay, we do have 50% defensive support from Chi-Chi, so we do have 50% defensive support, but still pretty good. I don't think Gohan stacks as quickly as some you might think, but I think Gohan does look very good. Not to mention, this now creates a very strong hybrid Saiyans team with multiple instances of God, which I think is very impressive. Like very, I think it's a very strong team. Actually, I think Goku's family or hybrid Saiyans is way more improved by having Gohan in it, so I think that's fantastic. But yeah, Gohan's link set's also very malleable. The fact that it stays consistent between Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan 2 is very important and very strong. And Gohan himself easily links up with a lot of units. He's got Prepared for Battle, it is his only key link, but he gains 2 ki per turn. So it doesn't take him long to get to an incredible kind of key flux point. And when he transforms, he has obviously quite a large amount of orb changing abilities. The first 4 turns, he'll generate his own AGL orbs from Tech orbs, plus he makes Rainbow orbs on top of that. Just generally is very impressive. So yeah, but in general I think Gohan's great. I do think as a unit Gohan kind of sits in this area of being something that a lot of people really like, and that's not to say that he's not as good as people make him out to be. I think he definitely is as good as people make him out to be, but I think he encompasses everything people like with a unit. Defensive security, transformations. The transformation is an offensive machine. The base form is incredibly solid now defensively, creates a second first slot tank basically for numerous teams. Goku's family, hybrid Saiyans all have a much greater kind of propensity to have a first like first slot tank, which I think is very impressive and does help out quite a bit. So yeah, Gohan's EZA not only I think is very good, but the way it benefits a lot of teams also, you know, greatly kind of improves the perception of Gohan in a sense. Not that, you know, it's making a false perception, but I think all these things coming together makes him look really good, and he deserves it. He is a fantastic unit. I've always liked him, even before his EZA. He did fall off a little bit. Events were kind of scaling a little bit too fast for him, and now they've just kind of corrected that. And with God and with his transformation being so powerful, I do think Gohan should be good at least for a little while, or a considerable while in this meta. He was a unit that did well for about 1 or 2 years after his release, and this EZA I think will be similar. So yeah, I do think Gohan sits in a very good position. His link set's fantastic. He links up so well with so many great units. You've got the new release Strength allow Goku, who's great for him. The Tech allow Goku, who's great for him. The Tech allow Goku Gohan, who's great for him. Strength Exchange Goku Gohan. The third year allows, you've got the AGL Super Saiyan Goku. You've got the, jeez, you have so many. You have Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, who shares 5 links with him. You have the God units, who share 5 links with him. Transforming Goku shares links with him. 5th year LRs share 5 links with him. The AGL Goku and Vegeta share 5 links with him. Even Trunks and Vegeta share 5 links with him. Like this guy, he links well with pretty much any unit in the game, basically. That is a Saiyan or even remotely Super Saiyan, and he even shares 4 links with Beast Gohan, which, okay, yes, he is devoid of the 1 key link and all in the family, which is very important, but it still just shows how well this guy links as a unit, just, you know, out of interest. So I'm very, very happy with Gohan. I'm happy with his transformation, happy with his EZA, happy with everything about him. I think he's really, really good. And I don't think it's that surprising, honestly. Obviously, we saw, you know, what he was like on JP, but I think it just, when you do EZAs right, and when the units are already kind of loved, and when they're on a lot of categories, when they got great link sets, I think they just become universally loved. And there's no reason for Gohan not to be, and I do think he is really, really good and deserving of being, you know, possibly a top 10 unit. So here, just wanted to see what he was like after his transformation, because obviously the transformation is relatively rare to get. Now we do have an entire red ribbon red zone, so if you're wondering which unit's the best for the Android based red zone, it is going to be Gohan, and he does have some abilities to activate the, you know, requirements on his team. So nowadays, you know, obviously you've got the Incel, which you always had to activate his, you know, Kamehameha requirement. But what you do really have now for Gohan is you actually have a huge array, well, not a huge, but you have an expanded array of androids. You actually have a couple super AGL androids that are pretty decent. You have Gamma 2, who's pretty decent, and you just in general have actually some android options now on the super AGL side. Gamma 2, you have Hachan, so there are finally some options to kind of make things work for Gohan under his own leader skill. With that being said, you can see right here just how crazy Gohan is as a unit. He is absolutely insane, and I think, in all fairness, that's exactly where he needs to be. He is an absolutely insane unit. He's incredibly strong. You're going to see here, he's not going to take that much damage at all. 217k. This is only the red zone cell max, but still, it's super impressive. And yeah, honestly, he's really good. Like, he's really, really good. I think he's great. I love him. I love how they've reworked him. And yeah, I think in general, he's a fantastic unit. So now, obviously, the final thing kind of to talk about, at least when you talk about Gohan, is his link set. And his link set's great. As I mentioned before, super versatile. Golden Warrior and Prepare for Battle are super common key links, especially amongst Saiyans. Saiyan Warrior Race is common amongst both Hybrid Saiyans and Pure Saiyans. Super Saiyans, obviously one of the more common transformation links. Kamehameha for Goku's family, and Fierce Battle legendary power. The man has basically the generic pattern blueprint link set for every single LR Goku, LR Goku Vegeta. Anything that's got a Super Saiyan in it is basically going to link well with Gohan. And yeah, anyone that shoots a Kamehameha will link well with Gohan. It's just how he is. The only thing is, being a super unit, link leveling doesn't benefit him a lot. Prepared for Battle gives him a bit of attack and defense. Golden Warrior gives him a little bit, Fierce Battle gives him a bit of attack. Legendary Power, bit of attack. Kamehameha, bit of attack. Saiyan Warrior Race, tiny bit of attack. Super Saiyan, tiny bit of attack. But it's not crazy. Like when you look at Incel gains a huge amount from his link set. Link leveling Incel can completely change the direction of the unit. He can go from looking, yeah, that was pretty good, to looking like, wow, that was wow. And not that Gohan doesn't look wow, but his link set's not the reason why that's going to happen. Having a Goku on rotation, getting his transformation, all these things are why Gohan's going to look wow. He doesn't even actually need his link set. Like, you could have like 2 links active and this guy will be fine, because he gains so much ki from his passive. He actually really doesn't even need his link set. So Gohan's really strong from that perspective. It just means that there's not a lot of value in link leveling him, but I think that's okay. Not every unit needs to gain a huge amount from link leveling. Gohan's really cool in that you don't have to put a lot of effort in to get a really good unit out, and I think that's great. That's gonna be it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts on Gohan, and yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. So until then, take care, stay safe, and as always, thanks for watching. Bye.